6 crypto games to get in early. All of these games are RPG games, from a Dark Souls-like third-person game to medieval combat games with magic and unique MMORPG experiences. This video will cover it all. It is very important when it comes to crypto gaming to be there early, to be there in the beginning phases and be there as the game is still up and coming. That's why we try our best here on the Mindblow Show to keep you informed about the latest and greatest. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on future videos. If you're really feeling the love, smack that like button. It's only half a second to you and means a lot to me. With that being said, my name is the Inspector, and let's get this show on the road. RPGs are some of the most fun you can have in games in my absolutely favorite genre. First game on our list today is called Fabled. Almost 4 years in development now, the Fabled, at its core, is a free-to-play action RPG built on the Unreal Engine 5. It has those Souls-like combat mechanics, and when I say Souls-like, I mean you hit, you dodge, you come back to hit again, and then you dodge again. It's very easy to get eliminated, and it is very rewarding when you slay your enemies. The developer's experiences include working for EA Games, Ubisoft, Bandai Namco, Call of Duty, just a lot of AAA studios and AAA games. And one of the more important parts of this game, in my opinion, is that it will be free to play once it fully launches. But throughout your time in the Fabled, you will be able to collect rare weapons, artifacts, and level up your character. Players will have the opportunity to mint these assets onto the blockchain using the Abyss token. We love some good gameplay on this channel, but we also love some good tokenomics. So that the game has their own Abyss token, which is an ERC20 token, is a very good thing on the surface. But what kind of utility does the Abyss token have? Well, it has staking and it has revenue sharing. A portion of all revenue generated from the Fabled through NFTs and in-game purchases will be used to purchase Abyss tokens off the market. You need at least one NFT character in order to really earn in this game, but there's a lot of other things you can also have in the form of an NFT, including land. 40% of the token supply will go toward the play to earn, and the team has allocated 13% for themselves and 7% for advisors. All in all, it's a game you want to keep on your radar because the gameplay looks fantastic and it looks like they know what they're doing when it comes to the blockchain side of things. Second on the list, Big Time. Another free-to-play NFT-supported play-to-earn game called Big Time, one I'm very much looking forward to. Currently in the beta stages, comes from a small team with big ambitions. Big Time is an action fantasy MMORPG where you can team up with your friends to adventure across time and space. Built on the Ethereum network using their own Big Time token. In the game, you'll be able to find something called a forge. Using the Big Time token and other materials, you can craft and upgrade all sorts of weapons and collectibles that will either leave your enemies quivering or make you a good buck on the aftermarket. You get the Big Time token randomly as it drops in-game by playing with at least one charged hourglass equipped. So whatever you do, eliminating enemies, doing dungeons, playing with your friends, it randomly drops as long as you have the hourglass equipped. So what is an hourglass? Well, it's just an in-game item. It's a collectible item that can be crafted by the Time Warden. These collectible items come in 10 rarity tiers, ranging from common to unique. The rarity of the hourglass you hold determines how much Big Time you will earn while playing. So not only will you be able to craft the hourglass, you can also upgrade it as you play. Very good art style in my opinion. It's a game that looks very playable, for the lack of a better term. And since it is in beta stages, you can test it out right now. It does look a little bit cartoonish, but some people, including myself, really like that. So this is how the Big Time token is regulated. So Big Time can only be generated by hourglass owners. The flow of Big Time inside of the game is capped. So there's a limited hourglass supply and the Big Time token is on the chain. Most of the economy is based on cosmetics, but of course, since they do have their own token, there will be a lot of speculation, price bumps and price dumps, as it always goes with crypto tokens. That being said, Big Time is a game I'm very much looking forward to, and the third game on the list is called Stella Fantasy, a game that is live right now, an action collectible RPG with NFT support, play to earn capabilities. And did I say it's free to play? Well, it is. They call it a premium character collectible NFT RPG featuring fantasy elements. That's a mouthful, but that's what it is. Over 12 anime characters have been developed using the Unreal Engine 4, and the players can team up 4 characters to form a combat party, forming up the best possible combination among various characters of stellar fantasy, each with different personalities, strengths, and weaknesses. Mixing and matching different styles of characters against various gimmicks and strategies is more or less the whole appeal to the game. Players can acquire and enhance NFTs such as characters, gears, and runes through private land and abyss rifts. Players may choose to trade these NFTs on the marketplace. They can invest them back into their characters for more growth. Oh, also, Stellar Fantasy is available for Androids too, not only for PC. The in-game currency is the Stellar Fantasy token, or the SFTY. The utility of the token is to be used for minting and accessing endgame content. So how can you earn this SFTY token? SFTYs are dropped as rewards from completing events such as special abyss rifts, boss raids, PvP ranking matches, meaning players will have to take lead in the competition with other players to earn more SFTY token rewards. 38% of the token is going to go toward the play to earn, 25% toward the company, and 12.8% toward the private sales. Not my favorite type of tokenomics. I would say a lot goes toward the company. Other games do it differently, putting less tokens toward the company and more toward the players and the player base, but you know, everybody does what they think is best, and also the company has a 4-year lockup as far as I can see, so at least that's really good. That being said, moving on to one of the games that I'm very much looking forward to, sort of medieval RPG game called Stormlight. Now, Stormlight is not your typical NFT game. It's something that I love to showcase from time to time. This is not a play-to-earn game per se. This is an NFT game though. It is a regular game utilizing NFTs, I should say. It's currently still in development, and it's an action open world RPG available for Xbox and for Windows. It is utilizing the power of NFTs through the Engine blockchain. Engine, if you don't know, allows any game out there, any Web 2 game, to integrate NFTs seamlessly into their game, and that is what Stormlight has done. Now, Stormlight is set in this dark fantasy medieval kingdom called Red Reach, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love this setting. My favorite game of all time is Skyrim, which is also a dark fantasy medieval sort of RPG. In this game, much like Skyrim, you can use magic. Combat looks pretty decent. But mostly, I'm excited about the prospect of Web 2 games utilizing NFTs inside of their game. This is new, it's not something that has been done regularly, and most of the time, games are just play to earn. They have their own token, like all the games we talked about before, and that's very important. But this is a different kind of game. This is something that showcases that Web 2 developers are also looking toward the blockchain. They're also looking toward NFTs, and hopefully one day they're going to be looking toward a play to earn system. Right now, that's a little bit scary for them, and I can understand why. If I was to make my own crypto game, the play to earn aspect will be very scary, because it's so easy for a game to fail, and you don't want to be known as the guy that has a failed rug-pulled project. Now, there are some options that I have been thinking about how to create a sustainable economy inside of a game, and I have come up with something amazing. More on that in one of my future videos. I'm not gonna jinx myself by talking about it too soon, but there is something in the works, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, moving on to Ragnarok Landverse, a unique MMORPG experience that reimagines Ragnarok Online. Ragnarok Online is this a little bit older MMORPG from Web 2. Ragnarok Landverse is the equivalent, but in Web 3, utilizing NFTs, play to earn, and of course, all these games are free to play. Well, not all of them, but this one is. You will encounter monsters and unlock exciting treasures with every encounter. Discover the thrill of opening loot boxes and valuable items and surprises. And you can join the hunt and experience a new level of adventure in case you like the Ragnarok universe. In their white paper, there is a novice guide in case you need a guide as to how to start. MMORPGs are notoriously difficult to get into, but once you do get into them, they suck your life up and don't spit you out until you've spent 2 months playing just one game. There's jobs and classes, there's leveling up, so many weapons, so much armor, so many quests, and so many things to do, because this is, at the end of the day, an RPG, an MMORPG. You can be a swordsman, magician, archer, merchant, thief, acolytes. So many options. You guys know, if you ever played an MMORPG in your life, there's so much you can do in it. Rather than going into all of this here, into the pet system and gear score ranking, let's skip all that, go to the Play Torrent section, explain how it works, and then move on to the latest. So there's 3 ways you can play and earn through the NFT marketplace. It'll allow players to trade in items which they have acquired in-game. Then there's the mining system, where players can extract a special ore to obtain adamantine fragments, which can then be turned into adamantine or atom, and those atom tokens can be traded for ion tokens, which can be converted into USDC. If this is all too much for you to follow, basically you mine an ore, you convert it into a different ore, you convert that into a third ore, and you convert that into USDC. More or less. And the third way is through land NFT investors. If you are an investor who wants NFT land, there's income that can be earned when renting your property, and renters pay your rent, basically. Moving on to the last game on today's list, called Wildcard. Last but definitely not least, the game is still in development, and it is a Battle Royale PvP RPG. Now, Wildcard looks amazing. It's definitely a wildcard. The gameplay looks great. It is a game that I would very much love to play. So if anyone for Wildcard is watching this, could you hook your boy up with an early copy? I would love to check this game out, do a full in-depth review. So you choose your champion, you assemble your summons. There's a variety of skills, basically, and styles for your team, so you assemble those. And then you survive the arena. Bring your best and beat the best. So this game is on Polygon, and it's available for web. The game was founded in 2018. They have a docs team, and since they have raised $46 million. They pride themselves on being easy to learn, but taking a lifetime to master, much like Counter-Strike, Valorant, or any of those skill-type games. It's very easy to play your first game, but it's very difficult to master the game. The revenue will come in terms of sponsorships, fan merch, arena leasing, and that's how the ways the decentralized organization will earn their money. Then said money they will pay out in marketing and prize pools for you and me and the players who are going to play the game, for game emissions, for coaches and referees. This is very much an esports game, which is on the blockchain. That's Wildcard. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you on Sunday for a new tier list. Until then, my name is the Inspector. Peace.